Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Hello. Welcome back to the Previously On podcast, where we are currently covering every episode of Heated Rivalry. I'm your host, Jillian Bonani, and with me once again is my husband, who I talked into watching this sports drama on HBO Max. It's Tyler Branch.
Thank you for having me, Jillian. What an episode. Night of the Hunter.
What an episode. What did you think of episode 3 of Heated Rivalry? I mean, this took a left
Hunter
swing.
is gay? Scott Hunter's gay too? Whoa, I did not know that.
I called that in the last episode.
You did call it in the last up.
I said, I think that guy, something
You're right.
about him.
You picked it up.
Yeah.
You saw it.
He was also heavily featured in like the first 2 episodes, so I did think this guy has to be in this story more. I didn't think he was going to get his own standalone episode love story, but I'm happy that we got it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of this up was just like its own little rom-com with Scott Hunter and Kip.
I mean, I
it was
loved
kind
it.
of like a bittersweet story in the end.
Well, yeah, a very tragic ending that...
Yeah.
These
We'll get to
episodes
it.
just keep ending on sad notes. Like, I'm so happy during it, and then they like hit you in the face with such a sad ending.
I really liked this episode, though. I thought it was cool because, obviously Shane and Ilya are stars of the show with like those first 2 eps, but like I kind of like seeing a different type of relationship of like he's trying to do this on the outside, like outside of the hockey world. He's not living as dangerously as Ilya.
Well, we definitely saw a different dynamic. We see a relationship where one of them is not a hockey player. So we definitely got a lot of different stuff in this episode, which I liked. And I liked broadening the world a little bit. And
he still got plenty of butts and knees, you know?
Just what I want. You know, this I'm like, this episode had it all. We got the romance, we got the neography, we got some great sex scenes, we got it all. And Ryan got his wish, a third gay. So if you listen to our last episode, Ryan was really hoping for a third gay. So congrats to Ryan. We're very happy for you. And thank you so much to Ryan for coming on our pod last week. We are going to have him on again, so don't worry. We will be getting more of his thoughts as Heated Rivalry keeps going.
Happy for you, Ryan.
We're all happy for Ryan.
He said more gays, and he got it.
Yeah. And what? Yeah, I love that. I'm still like shook that they did this in the 3rd episode. But it makes sense based on the books. So as a reminder, we have not read the books. I don't know if we said that in the first ep, but we just want to take the show.
It was probably pretty obvious.
Yeah. It was.
Since we didn't know Scott Hunter was gay.
If you couldn't tell, we have not read the books.
We're like, what's the deal with that guy who's sitting right by Shane?
But that's why.
Inquiring.
That's why we like. I am a big book reader, and normally I would read it, but I wanted to just take the show for what it is, and the fun surprise of Scott Hunter also being gay was fun. That was a fun reveal for us as we're watching the show. So we have not read the books. We will not be reading the books. Maybe I will afterwards to kind of see what keeps going. But
I can't tell you people who've read the books. I can't tell you how much whenever we open with him and Sochi, and then you get the like zoom into Scott Hunter's face. I think I literally went, "Wait, he is gay too?"
We were shrieking. We were loving. I was loving
it. Completely changed that scene for me, where they were talking about like being in Russia and like because you thought Shane was alone at that table, but it's like no, he's not.
Well, and I think I just thought like Shane and Ilya were alone in this together, so it's kind of nice then of knowing like okay, there's somebody else, and he's a little older. He's a little more of an established hockey player. So I'm really excited to see maybe how these storylines can kind of intertwine and what's going to happen in the future with it.
I have no idea where this is going, but I'm excited because now we've said a lot. I guess the show's halfway over now, right?
Yeah, already. We only are getting 6 episodes.
We have a lot set up between everything going on with Ilya, everything like going on with like between Shane and Ilya, and then like having this whole Scott Hunter thing to the side also. I'm excited to see how it all turns out.
I know, me too. So I might need to read the books before. We'll see. We'll see if I make it. But yeah, there are 6 books in this series. So
oh wow.
So
Scott Hunter is one of the books?
Yeah.
Basically?
So Scott Hunter is book 1 called Game Changer, all written by Rachel Reed. And from what I've been told, this episode covers a lot of the book. Obviously not the whole thing, because it has to end in a happy ending. But
and the first 2 eps were based off
Heated Rivalry.
A book of just Shane and Ilya. Okay.
Yeah, that's book 2, Heated Rivalry.
Okay.
Just keep adapting these books. That's what I want. Keep adapting.
You're gonna read all 6 of these in like a weekend soon. I can tell.
I know, but I do want to take the show for what it is.
But I get it. You kind of enjoy the surprise of this
do.
right now, so you don't want to like ruin it.
Yeah, I like it. Because that reveal of Scott was great and we loved it. And well, let's talk a little bit about Scott and Kip. First of all, Scott just gives me major Captain America vibes. Like him running in the street in that tight shirt where you can see his abs through his shirt.
You know you're in good shape when you can see the abs through a shirt. That's not like a compression shirt. It's just like a loose shirt.
Yeah.
And you can still see the abs.
I mean, I feel like that man would save the day. Like if I was, about to be hit by a car or something, like Scott Hunter would come in and like push me to the side. Like he gives me those vibes.
When I saw Scott Hunter walk into that smoothie shop with that shirt, I was like, well, you didn't show me this. I might could have known then. Of like, this guy is in such like, he's also like so well kept. Like, if you look at like kind of the 3 guys, I'm like, they do seem a little more like put together, like grooming wise than their teammates.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm like, we should have looked at this well-trimmed beard and known it.
Well, some of us did know it. Okay.
You did know.
I know. And then we meet Kip, who is working at the smoothie shop, barista, smoothie maker extraordinaire.
Yeah.
I like that with Kip, we're getting a different dynamic here. He's not in hockey. He is out. We're seeing his friends, his dad. Like we really kind of more are seeing his life than I think some of the other characters in the show, at least right now.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like we're seeing more of his life because he is out and is able to live his life more freely than the hockey players are.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. I think it's a good balance to show that, like, Ilya's crazy. Like Ilya's just living,
I love that
like,
crazy man
on the edge.
Yeah.
Like he's got to go home to Russia. He's got this like crazy family that's like either giving him a hard time or asking him for money. And then you've got like Shane, who seems so like kind of closeted and wound tight, but then it's like having these moments of just cutting loose with Ilya that are so like him getting to like be himself and like reward himself. And then you've got Scott Hunter here, who's like, yeah, you're right, like it's a little more mature closeted thing. Like since he's a little older than them, he's kind of used to being like careful and in the closet.
It feels
and almost more accepting of it than Shane is.
Yes.
Like he's a little more like, this is just my like lot in life. Like,
right.
I'm just like this closeted guy. But then that he just, he starts flirting with Kip. He has that smoothie, that banana in it. You get a little taste of that banana.
That banana did so much.
And next thing you know, You know, but it's a good like juxtaposition though of then like when you look at Kip's life, you're like, oh, all these guys are living like a crazy life.
Yeah.
Because like Kip's just living a normal out gay life in New York City and is just focused on his life. Like he's not as like wound up about all this, you know? And it just kind of shows how spinning out the other guys are of having to live this double life.
I do like, though, that they're showing something different with each character because even like all the hockey players are all very different. And I do agree. I think that Scott Hunter knows more of who he is. Even the way he like talks to Kip. He's like, I'm intense. I'm like, he knows more of who he is. He just, and I think he's accepted it. He just is so worried about the public image and what that will do.
Yeah.
He just doesn't feel comfortable living his life freely, which is so sad.
All right, we're already getting into the plot so much. We were supposed to talk about some of the news about Heated Rivalry.
This is always what we do.
At the pod. We next thing you know, we're deep into Kip lore. And I was like, wait a minute, weren't we supposed to talk about something at the top of this pod?
This is what I do. We got
we were gonna talk about we were gonna talk about the lighting and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was big news.
About which I noticed that last week when I pulled the thumbnail for the podcast when we were posting it, is that like I screenshotted it to do it and I was like, you can't even see what this screenshot is. Like it's so dark. We had to like put it into Photoshop and bring it up like double the exposure. It was like so like you couldn't even make out who was in it. So I was like, man, this show's really dark.
Yeah.
And now I guess it was not supposed to be that way.
It ended up being darker than what everyone in Canada was getting.
I love that you guys were so upset. You were like, we can't see the butts.
I know.
Turn the brightness up.
We need some good lighting on those butts, okay? Fix it.
Yeah, but the creator, Jacob Tierney, was saying that he claims it was not like a specific change for HBO Max, that this was just a mistake.
Yeah.
That they are fixing it. I think it's all been fixed now. That the show, you can see it. The lighting is back to what it's supposed to be.
It looked bright in that smoothie shop.
Which I kind of believe his story that it was all just a mistake because, I mean, when you see that HBO Max was just posting like Mad Men episodes where you just see production crews running around the background, it sounds like things are flying by the seat of their pants getting some of these shows turned around and uploaded to the...
I mean, it wasn't announced that it was even going to be in the U.S. until November 19th. That was a week before it actually came out. So I cannot imagine the like quick turnaround that these people were doing from the production house to get this ready for HBO Max and for a U.S. release. Like that is a lot of work. It's not just like, okay, here's the show. Like, bye. It was good. You know, like there's a lot of work involved in that. So I can see how that would happen.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the lighting is fixed, everybody. We can see the butts, the abs. We can see it all now. Thank God.
While we're talking about fixes, I want to issue a correction that apparently in the podcast last time I kept accidentally calling Ilya Ilsa, which I think was an autocorrect in my notes app. And I accidentally called Svetlana Jackie. So I was struggling with names in the first one. There were a lot of names being thrown at me.
There were a lot of names. Yeah, there was a lot going on.
And just so we're like not making any mistakes in this, I wanted to lay out what the timelines are where we are before we get back into the plot.
Oh, good. I cannot follow the timeline as I'm watching.
Well, I mean, the first two eps genuinely had like double-digit time jumps.
Yeah.
Like it was like so many time jumps. So I get it being a lot to keep up with. But basically, ep 1, from when you first open with like Ilya smoking the cigarette to like the end where they're at the like NHL award or the Major League Hockey Awards.
Yeah.
That basically is from December 2008 to the summer of 2014 is what we saw in the first two episodes.
So that's like 6 years.
Yeah, it covered like them before they're even pro, when they're at like the like junior championship, the Prospect Cup, all the way through. It covered them getting drafted, the rookie season, and then a lot of where we spent some time was 2013-2014 season. That's where like you go to Sochi, and then they came back from Sochi, and then Ilya and Boston like go on their run and win the cup, and he wins the MVP and stuff. That was all through like 2014. Are you following?
I'm just laughing that you're talking about the hockey in the show.
I just think the timeline helps.
I do think that helps.
Because what's going on in this episode is it says it's 4 months before Sochi.
Yeah.
From when like we see Scott's face and stuff. So that puts us in fall of 2013. So this whole episode was happening when Shane and Ilya were like sexting, and then they meet up at Shane's apartment to have sex.
Right.
That was going on during the timeline of this episode.
So also their most romantic moment. So there was a lot of romance going on at this time.
Which makes sense to why they were both kind of sensitive with Scott Hunter's remarks.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot going on right there with everyone.
Yeah, everyone was a little heightened, I feel like, at this time.
Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting that Scott and Kip are meeting each other at the same time that, like...
Ilya and Shane kind of, like, take it up a
Shane
notch.
are first, like, having sex. Yeah.
Well, Scott Hunter was like, I heard what was going on through that hotel room door, so maybe I should.
I want some of that.
Like, what am I doing? I gotta try this out. Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, should we get back into the plot of this?
All right, let's get back in the plot because we got to talk about some of these romantic moments. This episode was very different, I think, from the first two eps that we got. And we got a lot of like more, I would say, romance moments in this one. Because we really see like the trajectory of their entire relationship. We see them meet cute. We see them, flirting with each other and, kind of seeing like where this will go. We see them get together. We see so many stages. Whereas like Shane and Ilya were just kind of more hot and fast.
Well, I would say if the first two eps were an erotic thriller, this was more of a rom-com.
I love that you're calling it like a thriller.
I was on edge throughout with their sexting and with everything going on in Russia, with them could be called at any moment. I just feel like that was the vibe more.
You thought they were going to get kidnapped in Russia.
Yeah. So I thought of the first two as an erotic thriller, and then this kind of a rom-com with a sad ending.
Yeah, which we will get to. I know I keep wanting to like talk about the sad ending because it literally made me want to throw up. But first, let's talk about the romantic moments. So for our top 5 this week, we do a top 5 every week. Our top 5 is the top 5 Scott and Kip romantic moments. All right, because we got a lot of great moments where I was like giddy watching this episode. I was smiling. I was kind of like kicking my feet as I was watching this. Like they really did so many cute moments between the two of them.
You were letting out like squeals on the other side of the couch. I was like, are you okay over there?
I was like, I am just so happy watching this until the ending, but we'll get to that. I keep teasing the ending. Okay, so number 5. Top 5 romantic moment is the meet cute at the smoothie shop. I mean, Kip is literally asleep. So cute. Remember?
Right. Holding an art history book. Just
looking like the sweetest man. So that was a really cute moment. And then Kip makes him a specialty smoothie where he adds in the banana. There was just some really cute, like low-key flirting, I would say. Like they were kind of trying to figure each other out. And the way that Scott was saying Kip with emphasis on the P, that was good.
Emphasis on the P, indeed.
Emphasis on that P. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was
You
loving
were
it.
so Maria, the girl working at the smoothie shop who kept going, girl.
I feel like that was me watching it. I was like, Tyler, are you seeing this?
I'm like, I see it. I see the abs through the shirt. I see it.
Well, I think too in that moment, I was like, oh, Scott goes for it. Because he is like flirting with Kip in this scene. To where Kip is like, am I reading this right? Am I not? And Maria's like, yeah, there was a vibe. There was a vibe there. So it was nice seeing like, oh, I mean, not only is Scott gay, which we just found out, but he also he's going for it, which was nice to see.
There was something about Scott where it's like, Shane and Ilya feel a little more like boys. Like they're like, still like early 20s, while like
young.
Scott feels more like a man comfortable in his skin, even though he says he never does this. Like, I just think him being like slightly older than them, it just is like comfortable, like, in a way.
Because he kind of more takes control of the situation. Which leads me to my number 4 top 5 Scott and Kip romantic moment. Number 4 is the tickets to the game. Scott gives tickets to the hockey game, which I thought, oh, wow, this is really him making a move.
Yeah.
It's him going for it.
That's quite a gesture. We live in New York, and let me tell you, Rangers tickets are expensive. So these New York Admiral tickets you got were in the lower level. That's a nice gesture.
Those were some good seats. And not only did he give him the seats, he gives him the nod.
He gave him the nod, then the wave. A nod and a wave.
He just kept skating on by, giving him more.
Skating by.
Skating on by. Giving him more waves and nods.
Yeah,
does
he see me yet? I'm right here. I'm the star of the show.
I know. I feel like he was like putting on a show for Kip.
Yeah. Kip reminded me of Ryan in that moment. I feel like we'd have to hit Ryan and be like, wave.
Yeah, I know. That was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wave back. He keeps coming on by. He's coming back again. He's going to keep going until you acknowledge him.
No, that was a cute moment.
Yeah. All right. My number 3 romantic moment is, it's got to be the first time at Scott's apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Where they decide to order in, and
that's where
we know it.
Oh, yeah.
Before
they're
we know
gonna go
it,
to Mexican, and then they go back to his apartment. Yeah.
And before we know it, Scott has his shirt off right away.
What happened there?
Again,
I remember we were watching that, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at this guy's apartment. And you said, is his shirt off? And I was like, oh yeah, how did that happen?
I was also blinded by the apartment at first too. I'm like, this is nice. And I'm like, what neighborhood is this in? Like, I have some questions on this apartment. And then the camera pans and Scott is shirt off already.
Yeah.
Because I thought these two were maybe going to do a little bit of a dance or something at the apartment. But again, Scott goes for it.
Scott goes for it. That's the
He's
like
Scott
comfortable.
Hunter.
He's like, if we're doing this, we're doing it.
Yeah. And then we get some very nice romance scenes between them in the bedroom.
Very tasteful.
Very tasteful. Yeah.
I know it was.
Very different from what we got in the first 2 apps. So I like that they're giving us like the full like spectrum of love scenes. I appreciate that.
I also think they'd shown us earlier that Kip's broke. He's like a
he's living with his dad.
He's trying to get into grad school. He's just working this job for money right now.
Yeah.
Having to do like catering and smoothies and stuff. And so I feel like him being like, oh my gosh, this person like with all this money, like who has this nice apartment, like he's already kind of starstruck. And then he's just like, wow, then we're doing it.
I love that all these hockey players have like a fireplace. A very similar fireplace in all their apartments.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is similar to Shane's.
That's true. They have a vibe. Maybe they all use the same designer, the same interior designer.
I mean, that would honestly like make sense. Like it's just these like, oh, here's a nice apartment. I'll take it. All right. My number 2 romantic moment. This is a good one. The banana socks.
Oh, that was
when
nice.
Kip picks up the banana socks for Scott and gives them to him before his away game, and then he wins the game after he hadn't won an away game in a bit.
Yeah. He'd been in a funk before he met Kip.
I know.
And then, those smoothies and Kip really bring him back to life.
I mean, the banana socks really were perfect.
I think I said he scored 2 goals. Yeah.
Yeah, they were blue like the blueberry smoothie with the banana.
It was sweet.
I love that. Kip is a really good boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, he's like he's going like normal steps through a relationship. Yeah. He just doesn't know what he's up against with these hockey players.
I know.
I'm like, Kip's doing everything right.
Kip is, yeah. But that was a really sweet
That was sweet and harken back to like how they
them.
first met. And
yeah.
I do think it was interesting back to when they first met too, because I do think them like kind of flirting about the banana and like the special ingredient, him making him the special smoothie. I think that was like kind of him able to realize that like this guy is gay, like, you know, and because
right.
he at first even like questions it, like he keeps like pushing and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, he's like, you guys are like sexy lumberjacks, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, and like
he
Scott,
was.
and Scott pulls back just a little bit because he doesn't want to be too obvious.
Yeah.
So
Well, they were also like in a public space.
Yeah.
And as we learned, Scott does not do well in a public space
no,
with
he
Kip.
does not.
I mean, that when they went to the art gallery and Scott just really just freaks out because Kip says, "Oh, this painting would look really good in this place in your apartment." And he's like, "Stop it." That's when that was almost like a scene of whiplash of you're seeing things go so well and you're like, oh, this is so great. And then it just hits you with the like, no, this guy is not comfortable being out in public with him.
I mean, that's the sad thing with like all these like romantic moments is it's, you know, aside from the hockey game, like everything's kind of just between the two of them. Like,
exactly.
You know,
like Kip is in that apartment a lot.
Yeah.
Like we don't see them go out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see them really do like anything in public for the most part. I mean, they're both at the event together and it's awkward. It's weird. And it's when in those moments and you're like, no. It is. It's heartbreaking.
Because everything you're listing out here, these romantic moments do make you think like, oh, this could be like a serious thing. Like, you know,
I know.
They have like the flirtation. They have like, you know, sex. They have like this caring relationship where he's like making him food and stuff and buying him gifts. And they
have good chemistry together. Like you really do see them build a really good partnership together.
Yeah.
And you see them love each other and have fun together, but you never see it outside.
No.
Ugh. All right. Well, let's go back to the romantic moments.
Oh yeah. What was number one? Okay. So you did. You did the smoothie, them meeting for him making him the special smoothie.
Yeah.
The tickets to the game.
Yeah. The
first
three
time
is
they're
first
in
time.
Scott's apartment.
Yeah.
And
Number two,
the
banana socks.
Okay.
So the number one Scott and Kip romantic moment is when Scott asks Kip to stay.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah.
When
he's like, I want you to be here when I get back or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it is so sweet. It's like he really kind of lays it all out there. And that's also where we really see that Scott is interested in Kip. This isn't just a hookup. This isn't just like, oh, I'll see you at the smoothie shop tomorrow. Maybe we'll hook up again or something like that. And he does open up to him more in that moment too of, you know, he's saying he can't come out right now. He always thought he would wait till hockey is over. So he's really opening up to him. He's talking to him about like how he can be really intense and all this. It's like the first time we really see him more open up and we get a glimpse into more of who he is. But the way he says, I want you more than I've wanted anything in a long time. I think I'd love you to be here when I get back. Such a good line.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. And I do think we saw a lot more of Kip's perspective when they were first more starting to kind of like court each other. We see Kip at the bar talking to his friends about it. We hear him talk to Maria. We hear him talk to Elena. Like, we kind of know where Kip's head is at more. And this is the first time where we really more see where Scott is at with this. And it's like, oh, he is very into this.
Yeah, I mean, he gives him the big speech too, of just like that no one can know about me. Like we do have to be discreet, and I do think so quickly after you get this, I think you're right because part of it is that scene's good of knowing that these people do like love and care for each other, but you just almost immediately start feeling bad for Kip of just like, what is this? Like this is rough. Like you sound like. In the Brady Bunch movie of like, sure, like she's like, I'm dating George Glass, and it's like, sure,
oh,
Jen,
I know,
okay, yeah, like it's like, do you have a boyfriend, Kip? Okay,
I know. Well, and we see him not even tell his friends about it. Like the friends pick up on it as he's watching every hockey game at this bar. Like they're like, something has got to be going on here. Yeah. But he does not say it, even to his closest friends. He doesn't say it to his dad. So he really keeps it from everybody and is kind of just holed up in Scott's apartment.
That's true.
Which is kind of sad. And I think, too, when Scott first says that, I can't come out right now. When you're hearing that at first, I think from Kip's perspective, he's like, well, that's okay. Like, this is all very, like, new. We just met. We're figuring this out. Yeah. And I think you go into it with a very more positive perspective of, well, let's just kind of wait and see how this goes, see where we end up. Like, I get him not wanting to come out right now, but I'm sure maybe if we're, like, dating for a bit, it will be different. And
this was a time of like, I feel like a lot of people were like, they were changing opinions, at least in the United States, about this around this time. Because this is 2013, into 2013. And like the Supreme Court like legalized gay marriage in the United States in 2015. So it's like, this is on that run of like more and more people are kind of openly saying like we should have gay marriage and we're fine with gay people and like and this is like this whole decade is kind of when like you get a few athletes come out as gay and like so I'm sure like Kip is almost like optimistic at the time of like, well, things are changing, maybe he'll like come out soon,
and I think though this was also the time where people still weren't always like, I mean, even now, still, people aren't necessarily super comfortable with coming out. But I think at this time, though, it wasn't rare to encounter somebody who didn't want to come out.
Yeah, it was coming off of like, where for years people like had to be closeted for like safety almost, like, so like it wasn't something he had to encounter, but it is just so sad of just seeing his reality. Because I also think part of what's a little harder about it is like Kip lives in New York City, and it's like to be closeted in New York City just feels like almost half of like, what's the point of living in New York City? Like it's one of the more accepting places in the United States for all like types of people. And so I'm sure it's just like, well, I don't want to live this closeted lifestyle with you too, like you lose a bit of yourself. He's losing a little bit of getting to be himself.
I know. Well, and we kind of see that of like, he's not telling his dad, and he's somebody who seems to be very close with his dad, tells him everything. And even Elena was surprised by that. Like, have you told your dad? And she couldn't believe that he hadn't. So it is like, you see him, there's like a sadness to him as the relationship goes on. Yeah. And it's sad to see. But from Scott's perspective too, it's like, if he decides to come out, is he the first person ever to come out in professional sports? Yeah. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot to have on you. Yeah. It's more complicated.
I mean, you're right. I mean, we don't know if this, again, it's so hard to tell if this show is in real timeline sometimes with like things happening. Like, I know Jason Collins did come out in the NBA at some point. who was like an active NBA player. And then Michael Sam came out at like who was like a NFL draft prospect. But like it was like kind of a flash of those things happening. And like Jason Collins was kind of already an established player. And so he kind of finished out his career and retired. But then like Michael Sam never really made it to like regular season NFL games.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people who, these team sports, these professional team sports, there's clearly just deeply ingrained homophobia in them that still exists today, or there would be out people, but like, they're just like, they also will just claim the excuse of you're a distraction, which is crazy. You're a distraction for being yourself, but like they'll claim that, and it can be tough. It won't make it easy,
Well, and I think too, Scott's thinking, well, I only really have a few years left of hockey. Yeah. So that is a lot to take on now when I really only have a couple of years left.
Although that's very sad when he talks to him. And he's like, so in a few years, and you can just see his reaction.
Well, that's the moment that...
Years of living in the closet?
Like holed up in your apartment?
Pretending we're not together?
Like, that's a lot.
That's a tough ask.
Well, let's talk about the ending, because when he said a few years, like, I wanted to throw up.
Yeah.
I was like, this is now a horror movie. We went from this being so romantic and so like giddy and fun to watch. And then I was like, oh, now I'm watching a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the few years thing, it was just really hard to hear. And Kip's immediate reaction is just like, he's devastated.
Well, and also him not going to Kip's birthday party with his friends.
Well, that's how it all starts. Yeah.
That part of it too, which, then we see like Scott looking in, very Maxton Hall end of season 1. Kind of
I know. I love an ending of an episode of TV where somebody is looking in the window longingly at something.
It's a great trope.
Like wishing they were there.
Yeah.
It's also in the All Too Well music video. And yeah. I mean, I love it.
What like a great trope.
It's a devastating trope, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. Then you have to walk away.
Yeah.
I think that part of it is so tough because it's like, this guy's so closeted, he like can't be at a gay bar. Like,
right.
In New York City. You can't even like go hang out at a gay bar with some friends. You can't say you're just friends with these people.
Well, I think the problem is he's so worried somebody will write about it or post about it, that he's there. And then he doesn't want to have to answer any questions. Like, I think he's just so scared of being found out. And then it's like, oh, you were seen here? Why were you there? Who's your friend? And then they're looking into his friend. Like, It is a lot to take on. I mean, and they show him being quite famous in New York City, too. I mean, the guy at the smoothie shop recognizes him right away. He's on the front page of what I assume is the New York Post. Like, this guy is famous in New York City, it feels like.
The New York Post would love to out him.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
So I think that is... It's more just like if somebody sees he's there, tells the media or the press, or it gets out, he feels like he's going to have to answer these questions that he does not want to have to do. So it's just easier to stay home.
But you're totally right. I totally get his fear because it's like in New York, there's such a microscope on you if you're a famous athlete. There's so much press, so much more press than like, you're dealing with at other size cities. But I do also think there's a little bit of a macho-ness to it, of that, like, you can't even really be associated with, like, gay culture because it will just make you seem like not the guy you're supposed to be playing these sports. I mean, it's so crazy. But, like, a lot of people still think this way, I mean...
Well, also, we've seen in this show, too, of the guys in the locker room, locker room talk. And using very like homophobic language all the time.
All the time.
So what do you think? It's like the guys in the locker room are not going to be kindly if he is spotted out at a gay bar.
That's so true. And I think once again, the show brought up something that I have really enjoyed them doing is highlighting like how much certain like taunts and like ways of speaking, trash talk and stuff in pro sports kind of like crosses over. Like it's like this homophobia that's laced with like I'm extra macho. Like it's so like because in this one, Scott tells Ilya to go fuck yourself, and Ilya says more fun if you are there, which like he literally means because they are both gay.
Yeah.
But like it also has the double meaning of like that sounds exactly what two straight guys would say to each other, where they're like trying to like intimidate each other with like their homophobia and super macho-ness. And so I love that the show, and I think they find some really funny examples of this, of how it can be either way. And like how just like what an unwelcoming environment this can be coming out.
Which is why these guys aren't coming out.
Yeah, of course.
Let's talk a little bit about the Shane and Ilya cameos that we got, because it was fun seeing them both on the screen in separate scenes.
It was
Scott.
great.
I mean, I literally shrieked when Ilya came on the screen. I was like, oh, I kind of miss him.
Yeah.
That guy just pops off the screen for me. Like, there is something about him. There is a charisma that is just so good.
That hockey butt pops off the screen.
Just like his, like when he speaks, like I think he just brings a lot more funny, lighthearted moments, I think, too, to the show. Like just the way he was saying I love you, like to all his teammates. It feels like Ilya is really the most like himself in front of other people. Like he's obviously not 100% himself, but it feels like he just doesn't have as many barriers up as Scott and Shane do. Like he's not scared to say like I love you to like all of his teammates in that way. And what you were saying too of his response when Scott says you should go fuck yourself, and he says it would be more fun if you were there. Yeah. Like I do think too that's just a little bit of him kind of like he rides the line a little bit more than the others do. Yeah.
You don't think Scott has any idea though, right?
Oh, I think he does.
Oh, you think he knows Ilya and Shane are gay? I don't think Scott knows.
I think he knows that they hooked up.
Really?
Well, because in the scene with Shane and Scott that we got, when Scott says, when Shane kind of trash talks Scott a little bit, and Scott says, "You're starting to sound like him." Like, why would he say that if he doesn't know that they hooked up? You thought he was just trash talking back?
Yeah, I thought it was trash talk of these like young rookies or like they're not rookies anymore, but like these young stars who've come in the league together that like he gets under Shane's skin by talking about like the other, because they already are associated with each other. They're kind of like a bird and magic kind of thing of coming in the league together. So I just thought he was like talking about the guy who, because everyone in the press does portray like Ilya as Shane's rival. So like I thought Scott was just picking up on that of like, I'm going to bring up your rival and get under your skin and say that you're sounding like him. That's sort of, but you think he's clocked them?
I think he's clocked them. I mean, he was in the room next door. Like,
you think he heard?
I don't know if he heard, but I think maybe he at least heard Shane outside and going into the room.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed that in the previously on too.
Maybe.
So I think maybe he heard something, or maybe he wasn't 100% sure, but then he said that line to Shane, and Shane completely freaks out and they get into a fight. So I feel like that would be confirmation.
Sort of a tell. Yeah, you're like, I really hit something with this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one time that we saw Shane's real like fiery side come out. We have not seen that at all.
Yeah.
And I like that. I feel like maybe
Shane has no idea. I feel like Scott is gay, though.
no, I don't think he does.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm still not sure because I just wonder if you're like closeted like this, if you're just in your own head of thinking everyone you interact with is straight and you like put up your guard, but maybe not.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious what other people think.
I don't know. They probably know
We're
if
on
they read the
different
books.
sides. I know. Well, I mean, the show should tell us for sure, but
we'll find out.
I get the vibe that Scott knows.
Okay.
Scott's like, I've been around these streets. I know what I'm seeing here. Well, and it's a way that Shane gets so, like, has a reaction anytime Ilya's name is even brought up. Because Scott has brought up Ilya's name a few times to Shane.
Yeah.
And there's a reaction every time. Whether it's awkward, whether he fights back, like, there's a reaction happening. Yep. So I feel like Scott has to know, like, something is going on there.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't hear something or explicitly see something, like, he knows something's happening by these reactions. We've never seen Shane react like to anything unless Ilya's name is brought up.
That's true.
So, I love that.
You can only hate someone this much if you love them.
I know. Or just get any kind of reaction, you know?
Yeah.
I love the 2 cameo scenes, though. They said so much. Those scenes were each like 30 seconds long. And I'm like, they're saying so much in very little time. Like, we didn't even need much of them. We're already seeing kind of where everybody is at, which I really liked. And I love that Shane getting into a fight with Scott. I really like seeing like that different side.
Yeah.
And
I love watching these hockey guys fight.
We needed a good fight.
There's something going on with these hockey romances. I love that.
I love it. I think though too, it really showed. Like, I know it doesn't seem positive because then he started fighting him, but like, it was just nice to see Shane kind of have a bit of a reaction because he seems so worried about showing almost any kind of emotion.
Yeah.
And he seems so guarded and so closed off, even in front of his teammates. Mm-hmm. Like, when he is hanging out with the hockey guys, he seems very closed off. It doesn't seem like anybody really knows him. Mm-hmm. So I think that maybe Ilya is having him get out of his shell a little bit more.
Yeah.
And able to show a little bit more of like how he feels in the moment, which is good. I'm excited to be back to these two. I mean, love Scott and Kip, don't get me wrong. And I hope Scott and Kip come back. I need to know how this ends. I need to know what happens.
It makes you want to rewatch eps 1 and 2, at least where Scott Hunter's mentioned.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because he's in it a little bit.
He's in it and seen, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm really interested to see like how this all kind of like intertwines together in the next couple episodes.
And so you think like how this ended, do you think their like relationship was pretty much over at that point? Like that was it, right? That we're seeing like the walk away of like, and then like, it's just him. He's holding on to the socks because they've been his lucky socks. And they bring up earlier, he's like a creature of habit, but it's also like sentimental. To, like, I could have had a relationship.
Well, and we're seeing Kip kind of move on with his life. He goes back to his dad's and oh my God, when the dad hugs him and Kip starts crying and it's like the dad just knows something is wrong. Like that was heartbreaking.
The dad seems really nice.
I love that dad. Yeah, bring him back. But we see too that he gets accepted to grad school. So he's kind of like moving on with his life.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping, I don't know if the two of them, at least in this show, I don't know if it ends happily for them. I don't know.
I hope this is an alternate reality where everyone can just be out and proud in pro sports by the end of the show.
Me too. At least by season 2.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do your Tyler's takes? Is it time?
All right. Let me pull up the phone.
Hit us with those takes.
Okay.
Oh my God. Are you going to talk about hockey the whole time? Like,
Probably.
We don't want that. We don't want to talk more about hockey.
We're going to talk more hockey.
No.
All right. Here's what I wrote down in my notes app while I was watching episode 3, Hunter, of Heated Rivalry. Well, my first thing was the abs shirt thing. That guy.
So good.
I was
You
like,
could see that from a mile away.
They had a little baby shirt, being able to see everything under there.
Well, maybe we could see it better because they changed the lighting.
Oh, that's true. When they brightened it up.
Yeah.
Maybe you couldn't see the abs at first. You think that smoothie was good? With the blueberries and the banana?
Maybe I'm just
order
not
that?
a blueberry smoothie girl. That did not look good to me, but I mean,
that would be
Kip.
funny if Scott didn't even like that.
Yeah.
He's just like, this boy's so cute. I gotta keep just
That
sucking
would have
down
been
these
a
smoothies,
funny.
choking them down.
That would have been a really funny line of like, I don't even like blueberries.
Like these
yeah,
smoothies.
but I just went with it.
Yeah. Do you think you're a serial killer or a spree killer?
Oh my God. I was like, whoa, Scott. Yeah. What is this? You flirting,
I thought it was
Scott?
fun flirty talk.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good? Yeah. Well, when women aren't involved, you can joke more about serial killers. Women don't take kindly to flirting with serial killer talk.
Yeah.
They're like, "Are you gonna kill me?"
Yeah. But we love a murder dog.
Yeah. I think I'm more of a serial killer than a spree killer.
You are definitely more of a serial killer.
A long, slow, meticulous burn.
I think I'd be spree. I'd be like, I gotta just get
spree.
this done. I gotta get this out of my system. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the talking about hockey players being obsessed with like habits and superstitions and stuff like that. Because I do think that's very like fun in the hockey world. Is all that of like growing out your beards for the playoffs. And everything.
I know. I did think that was fun. It was fun kind of just seeing hockey from one player's perspective because I think we got a little bit more of like the practicing and like what the lifestyle is more like.
And it's also a world where no one would question why like Scott Hunter is just wearing these same banana socks every game. Like you'd be like, oh, that's his thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just that kind of world.
But he was still covering them up with another pair of socks.
Oh, that's a good point. I wonder what. Like,
he still couldn't even have the socks fully out, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was the metaphor of like, this is my true self and here's me covering it up.
Yeah.
Like it's the visual metaphor of that.
Yeah.
I also think it might have been equipment related. I think those were more dress socks.
No, I took it only as a metaphor.
I don't know if you'd be wear those for a hockey game.
Again, we don't care. I don't think that they're looking that much into the hockey of it all.
You're getting upset. When he called them hot lumberjacks, I was like, this is exactly why y'all like this genre. Whenever Kip called hockey players that.
I was like, I'm vibing with Scott here. Like I was like, this man is just very good looking.
You were like, whoa, this guy's so good looking. I was like, you just wanted a hockey player with a beard, looking more like a seasoned veteran kind of guy.
Yeah, running in the street.
Yeah. I thought the Kingfisher bar was a great representation of just New York bar culture.
I did too.
Young broke people just hanging out at the bar with their buddy who's probably not charging them, Kyle.
Yeah,
really
I was
charging
like,
them.
This is too real. This is.
I was like, we've been there.
Yeah, I was like, this is our life.
Let's see. We covered some of this stuff. I thought Kip was one jacked smoothie guy. For a guy who cares about art history, this man is in incredible shape.
Yeah, he was. And we appreciated that.
And we appreciated that.
Oh my God, when he put on those glasses, wow. That was
What
nice.
do you think Scott meant when he said he never does this? Do you think it's bring anyone home or like hook up with other guys? I thought it was maybe bring someone back to his place.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the type who would invite somebody into his home because he's so scared. So
but I am like, I wonder if on the road he occasionally like will hook up with some random person who doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, I could see that. I think too, maybe he also meant like he doesn't always go for it. Like, he really went for it with Kip. And I think maybe that's what he meant too. Like, I'm not normally this forward.
Because Scott seemed pretty confident. Like, he didn't seem like Shane, like, first time.
No, he was, he was going for it.
Yeah.
He took that shirt right off.
That shirt came right off. Art gallery stressed me out, too. Like, I'm just saying.
You would have been running.
Even if it wasn't everything going on with the closeted, the stress of being outed by the press or any of that, just being in an art gallery kind of stresses me out because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, am I being smart enough? Does this look good? Am I saying?
I know.
You know, it's just one of those things.
Well, and then somebody
especially when
coming
somebody's
over
like an
saying,
art history major,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know. Does that look good? Like,
well, and then the woman's like, you looking to buy? You looking to buy? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are you
He's
doing?
like, well, he's got the money, honey.
Yeah. She's like, can I see a credit card, please?
Yeah.
That would stress me out.
Do you think a tux is a good gift?
No, but it's clear that he maybe didn't have anything for the event. So I thought it was sweet of thinking of like, what might Kip need for this event?
Too. Yeah, I think in normal situations, I don't know if that's the most romantic gift to give your partner, but in this situation, I think, he knows he's broke.
Yeah.
He's giving him those big tips every time.
Yeah.
Like, he knows. Like,
I wonder how big the tips were. Like $20?
Probably.
Or more.
It-
Higher?
Well,
50?
it looked like this was a smoothie shop more downtown, right?
Yeah, I thought maybe even Brooklyn.
Oh, maybe so. So I thought the smoothie, it's New York City. I mean, it is like
that smoothie
10
is
years ago.
$15 probably.
Probably
Now,
today. Then it was
maybe
probably like $10.
10, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he's just giving him a full 20 each time. Like
Yeah.
double the price of the smoothie or something.
Maybe
I
he
don't
went up each time. 21?
know. Yeah. Do you think Elena's advice was right?
Yeah, I thought Elena was being a good friend here. I think that was a tough conversation to have, but I think that Elena is seeing her friend kind of fall away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that he is so sad. And Scott is like shocked by this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Elena tells Scott that Kip is miserable and that nobody wants to be kept a secret. And I thought she was being a really good friend in this moment. I think that she knew that Scott is not understanding this, and he's not understanding that what he is doing is hurting Kip, and that her friend deserves the best, and he does deserve to be treated better than this.
Yeah.
And I think she was more kind of encouraging, like, look, I know my friend, he's not okay right now. You need to have a conversation with him. I don't even think she was saying, like, you need to end this or anything like that. I think she was just saying, like, I'm letting you know, like, he's not okay, even though he seems it maybe, and he's happy with you, but he's not really happy.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to know this, and you need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So I thought she was being a good friend.
It's tough. I think, her job's to like advocate for her friend.
Yeah.
Not worry about like Scott's anxiety about like coming out as a public figure.
Well, I also see it as Elena has probably seen Kip go through a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kip probably had his own coming out journey.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably seen him go through some stuff, and she is protective of him. So this was her protecting him in this situation.
Which is fair. I mean, this seemed like it was headed towards some heartbreak.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hot take, though. Do you think they were really going to work out?
I mean, no, I feel like it was doomed from the start.
Even if he did come out.
Oh, if he did come out? Yeah, I think they would work out.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, why don't you think that?
I don't know. Kip's still kind of young. He's wanting to get into like grad school.
You're
and
thinking
art
about
history.
logistics. We're not thinking about logistics here.
Fair.
I mean, if you're looking at logistics, you could argue that it won't work out with any professional sports player. They're always on the road. They're never really around. They're traveling all the time. So
often true.
Yeah. So it's like love
Fair.
prevails.
Yeah.
What's the word? Love conquers it.
Love conquers all.
You need to believe.
Scott's speech was so sad, and you did.
We need to talk about that.
And his parents died when he was like 12 years old from a drunk driver, and then so it's like he's got like this just adopted family through like hockey that he just kind of can't turn his back on, even to the expense of himself.
Yeah. He feels like this is all that he has.
Yeah.
And I thought that gave some really great backstory onto the character. Like we really did in this one episode really learn a lot about Scott.
Yep.
And I thought this speech, it wasn't even that long. Like they just really accomplished a lot with it. And it's heartbreaking. And then you do feel for him. You're like, well, now I understand why he's doing what he's doing. This is all that he has.
Yeah. I think the acting is great in this show. I think all these people have done a really good job of like, I think it's very like believable, like flirting and like very believable, the like anxiety and stress in these whole relationships. I've kind of been blown away by how good the acting is by like everyone.
Yeah, I think so too. And the way that they convey so much just by what's on their face, because there's a lot not said in this show.
Yeah.
And they do great like face acting in it of really kind of showing like how they're feeling in the moment and taking these like really devastating moments too. Like there's also full range of emotions in this episode. We're getting romance and then we're getting the horror movie ending. So there was a lot to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, this is a plot-heavy show. So, like,
Yeah.
you have to sell a lot of emotions in one episode, like a whole range of things from scene to scene. And then on top of that, you got to do neography, you know? It's like, these actors are doing hard work.
You got to always be thinking about that neography. Very important. Yeah, no, I've really just been blown away by the entire show of how well done this is.
Yeah.
And I really hope that with seeing how well done this is, like we get other romance books adapted like this. I think a lot of times they've just been like made cheaper. And I think that the time that everybody has put into this, like the actors, the crew, the creator, like the writers, like it's just done really well.
Yeah. And my last thing was that I liked when that old guy was like, "You've been playing so well. You meet a nice girl or something?"
Oh my God, I know. I'm like, stop.
It reminded me so much of Moneyball, the movie Moneyball, which we love. And there's those
no one listening to this podcast has seen Moneyball.
Okay, can I still tell
No, I'm
it?
just kidding. Yeah.
So in Moneyball, there's a scene where the old scout is like saying a player won't be good because he said his girlfriend's a 6 at best. And he's just like, there's no way this guy could be a good pitcher. And I just think this stuff is all so intertwined. And I think it's a very funny scene in the movie.
Yeah.
But like, and this was funny when he's asking Scott that of like your girlfriend and stuff, because it's like, this guy's so not understanding the situation.
Right.
And like, I think these things are so intertwined too, of just like men like who like they have this whole vision of a man being good at athletics who's like this conqueror of women. You know what I mean? Like it's all tied up in the same thing.
That is so crazy. Well, and then of course there's the when a man is doing bad at sports, we blame who he's dating. Like that's such a big thing too. It's like, why would any of this correlate?
It's that new girlfriend. That's why he's he's got the yips.
It's so devastating too when he says that. Like, oh, is it a new girlfriend? And you could just feel Scott just like,
oh yeah. I mean, it's like tragic for him, but it's like making me laugh at the guy because he's so misunderstanding.
Like, you're an idiot. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
You're an
like,
idiot.
You're an idiot. But you're right about the like blaming the girlfriend thing. It's all just like it's also so crazy because I don't know. It would make sense that there might be some gay men in athletics.
Right.
Like I'm just saying.
I know.
It's like so what? They just don't compete in athletics? Like that's crazy.
Right. And it goes to show though too, like these men aren't talking to each other. Like they're not having like conversations like where people really open up, you know?
Yeah.
And these are
it's one great thing about this show's popularity is, you know, you hope if someone like is willing to like put their face on it, that like maybe someone will be out in like professional team sports just to make people feel okay who are like gay, who are like coming up in athletics, you know.
I know. It's just
But I also get it's a lot to ask of someone.
Yeah, that too. That's a good point. And that's what makes this such a good story is that the stakes are high, but you really feel for the characters too. Mm-hmm.
It's a good show.
I'm loving it.
It's not
the
just
world
butts.
is loving it. Everybody's loving this show.
It's got a lot of butts, but it's also a good show.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's good too, because it's doing both right. And that's very hard to do. And it's doing both right.
Yeah. Because it's a tension-filled idea for a story.
And the chemistry is so good too. Like they nailed the chemistry. So it's like they had to do like chemistry reads then with Scott and Kip too. Mm-hmm. So it is like, wow. I feel like they just nailed all of that. Like the actors are so good. They nailed the chemistry. They've nailed the tension, the writing, all of it. So I'm ready for next week.
Yeah.
I think
it's great.
8 seasons in a movie.
The next step.
8 seasons in a movie of this show. Just keep spinning off characters. That's what I want.
I want to keep going into other sports.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of fun.
I think it'd be fun. You like run into like the local like football player who's gay, and it just keeps going like all the different teams. Like
I'd sign up for that. I'd do it.
Why
they
not?
should do that. All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening and for joining us on recapping Ep 3 of Heated Rivalry. We will be recapping each week, every episode, so be sure to tune back in for more of what's to come. Please rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple. It really does help. We would love if you could rate us 5 stars, only 5. And follow us on social media, on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at @previously_teen TV. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube. We would love that. And you can buy our merch on Etsy. Thanks for listening.
Bye.